Hello, my YouTube family. How are you? I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to Lady Coco Boost. And in this channel, we talk a lot about organic wellness and mindful living for all of us who wants to reconnect with ourselves and also to Mother Earth. So I have been really thinking about intention these days and to really get into the depth of it. And intention, we always mistake intention for choice, but it is actually the motivation behind the choice. So the first thing that came to my mind when I thought about intention was the central paradox of Mahabharata, the Kurukshetra war. And technically the Pandavas, the Arjun and the others were supported by the divine because their intention to wage a war was for something good. And even though war is war, and ultimately what it does is destroy on a large scale. So I have thought about Mahabharata since a lot, since the time I studied it in my undergrad years. So today I thought that intentionality would be something worth discussing for people who want to create a path of purpose and success. And in the modern world, how every decision that you make, every choice that you make, be it the content that you click on, be it the food that you eat, everything compounds to a scale that you can't even imagine. So I want to draw your attention to this, and today, so let's talk about intentionality. Intention shows you where to go. So the concept of intentionality has been discussed, I think, since the time of Aristotle. And while I was reading through that literature, I mostly came across, philosophical view on how, the intentional state of mind, comes about, how one can, actually conjure it. And as D. Zahavi, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, talks about intentionality in his book Encyclopedia of Consciousness of 2009. Intentionality is a decisive feature of consciousness. It is the why behind every choice that you make, and it is not easy to know the ruling why in most of the cases. You need to be a really self-aware person if you want to really understand the motivations behind every choice that you make. Sometimes life takes unexpected turns. In my own experience, I have switched multiple jobs, and I have always been a person who has been passionate about a lot of things, be it drawing, painting, art, learning Japanese, drawing caricatures, and so on. And without a clear sense of why, all of these are just beautiful chaos. You are letting the path take you wherever it goes. Let me tell you from experience, that's mostly an illusion of movement, because you're literally where you started. I mean, I can't, deny the value of those lessons. Adventures, surprise turns, and unexpected events can teach you a lot. And one thing that they also teach you is something about, direction. Intention makes it easier for you and for the people around you, be it your friends, family, romantic partners, to get a sense of where you are going. And if you're not really clear about that, you kind of let maybe somebody else decide that for you. Some people take years to realize they are in a place that they really did not want to be, and they end up blaming the other person. For a long time I blamed my multiple choices and the sheer boredom of doing the same thing over and over again on my undiagnosed ADHD. But underneath all of that laid a crucial understanding of why. Why are you pursuing that relationship? Why are you passionate about this career opportunity? Why are you painting when you have literally urgent emails that you want to get to? Because wanting something is not the same as being intentional about it. Intention makes the choice seasoned with accountability. When I was hopping from one thing to another, it was mostly because I did not understand the why behind those. passions that I had. And it was also partly because I wanted to avoid the accountability of that feeling of failure when, I hit a wall in that road, or there was something difficult that I had to get past. What it does is it builds focus, and it the why helps you prioritize what's most important from a list of things that you have to do. And going for something with intention is like a hopeful and courageous prayer, and you are then motivated to do it again and again because it ultimately creates meaning in your life. The paradox of meaning making. In a world where our micro actions are studied, monitored, and optimized for engagement, objects of interest flow easily to us, be it an ad that you are watching, or be it the content that you see on social media. Maybe it is something about an interest that you vaguely mentioned to a friend, and suddenly it is flooding your social media. So, we all have had those experiences. And sometimes there is also a tendency for us to interpret these as larger signs and synchronicities, and then we actively start to pursue things that we have maybe vaguely considered before. For people with anxiety like me, this can also mean a flood of information and triggers, and suddenly my brain is sending me into a fight or flight mode. I also came across something called the misrepresentation problem. Even though I read it as an objection to the informational semantics theory of intentionality, this thing actually stood out to me for a different reason altogether. So imagine that you are, maybe scared of cats. So being scared of cats or being a little wary of them is a mental state that gets triggered when you see cats. Okay, I know cats are cute animals. I don't understand why people may be scared of cats, but that is a mental state that gets triggered when you see a cat. Okay, and imagine you are walking on a street, it's dark, and you see something like a cat, but that was a large rat. But the mental state that is associated with a cat gets triggered in your mind, and then you suddenly start looking out for more cats on the way. Or maybe you talk about people that there are cats in the area. So that is an example of a misrepresentation problem. Sometimes the objects can become meanings of what they actually isn't. So let me make it a little bit more clear to you. In a world where the most popular form of content that we consume is short form content, not only the reels and shorts, etc., but even the news that you see is also packaged in bite sized pieces of content, so that it is easy to be read and even understood. But they then vaguely browse over the details or ignore the nuances, and sometimes it can turn into something entirely different altogether. When you form a clear intention, you are explicitly instructing your brain to redefine what counts as important. You are talking about cats, and you are like, does this talk about cat align with where I'm going, or if it's something important to me? And it's kind of like a software update to your brain. Psychologically, this decision triggers a specific top down biological process that alters both the reticular activating system, the RAS, and the salience network. Without a clear intentions, these systems default to basic survival parameters like maybe threats, rewards, and immediate emotional triggers. But by consciously setting an intention, you override those defaults, forcing your brain's hardware to actively work on behalf of your goals instead of getting hijacked by unnecessary information or projections. So intention acts as an amplifier, turning up the volume on what's actually important and necessary, so that your brain finally registers them as important and necessary. And for people with anxiety like me, it can shield against all of these unwanted data, and meaning thus is very, very important in this modern world. Intention as power. Setting a clear intention is very important in this world, which is, dynamic in every sense. There is a new trend emerging every day, and you have an infinite lot of options available to you for something simple as, buying a coffee. But realistically, everything looks the same every day. It is like repeating the same things all over again, and especially if you are a person who is working a 9 to 5 job, it can get really depressing. So maybe, buying that uh, trendy piece of clothing or that matcha latte can feel empowering to you, but it slowly erodes your ability to attach meaning to the less colorful details of your life, which, there is nobody to validate you for. And that in turn can slowly chip away your sense of self-worth, and there can be a tendency to go towards escapism. And escapism can, manifest in a lot of different ways, be it substance abuse, porn, fandom cultures, limerence, and doom scrolling, even consuming a lot of a particular form of media, songs, anything. Okay. And it is difficult to break those patterns if you, kind of like, um, develop a sense of dependency over them for an extended period of time. So, intention gives you the power to make real and empowering choices, choices that become the stepping stones for the path that you are creating. And it's like having a laser vision, okay? You see things for exactly what they are and not what they are trying to be. You will be able to strip away the performance from all of these objects that is floating around you, be it people, be it, content, be it a kind of product. And then you will be able to intentionally choose what you want, and then you will decide what it means for you. How to actually find the ruling why or your intention. So I'll give you three methods that has helped me to find my intention, and I hope that it helps you out too. If you are also a person who is in mid 20s like me, it will help you out. Okay, so what I do is that if I have a particular motivation, like for example, I want to buy a particular bike, then I write it down. And what you have to do is that you need to ask maybe 4 to 5 whys for that particular statement that you've written out till you exhaust those whys that you're asking yourself, and ultimately you come to the core reason of why do you want that thing. So maybe you want that bike because it gives you more sense of stability and you feel more in a community. So that is what that bike actually stands for you, not anything else. That is one method to, find out why do you want to do something. And this is good for, short term decisions. So method 2 that has worked for me is that you identify around 3 or 4 pillars that is important to you in your life, like maybe money, success, relationship, or whatever, family, whatever that works for you. And I also like to, make it into a quantifiable goal, like kind of like a smart goal that I want to achieve, so that I can, clearly evaluate that particular decision that I'm taking towards that pillars. Like I will evaluate if the decision that I'm taking is, going or contributing to the pillars that are important in my life. So that is another method that has worked for me. And a more holistic approach and a more detailed approach that you can also do is identify your purpose. So how do you identify a purpose? That can be an entirely different video altogether, but in short, I would like to put it in a way that find out the cause that you are passionate about and you feel motivated to work towards something that drives you every day to show up for what you want to do. So that can be your purpose, and you can evaluate if that decision that you are taking is, taking you closer to that goal or, further away from it. So that is also one method to understand the ruling intention of why you are doing it. Another important thing that I want to mention is that not everything can be quantified into pillars or goals or something. Sometimes you have a motivation to do something purely out of, the person that you are. So that the person that you are can also include your traumas, childhoods, where you come from, your culture, all of that. So something to, constantly understand your intention or to understand the why behind every decision or the every impulse that you have is also to be aware of yourself, study yourself such a way that you understand yourself better than anybody else around you. And that can also be an empowering thing to understand, and the why, and set intentions towards where you want to go. Because as Kung Fu Panda tells us, it is not where you come from, but where you choose to go makes you unique. Okay? I hope I'm saying this right, but you okay? So, yeah. All right, guys, we have come to the end of the video, and I would like to conclude, by telling you that aimlessness can be a very trendy way to live your life. I mean, every day you have brands, you have corporate houses, marketing to us like, do what you love, live your life, you have only one life to live, and go for that travel, do that experience, get that bag. Understand that most of it is like a marketing gimmick, and it is an effort to, monetize on the attention that you give them. An experience can be colorful, magical, otherworldly, like maybe going to a BTS concert, but it is worth evaluating if that is actually aligned to where you are going as an individual, your pillars, your values, etc. And intentions is not like one thing that you decide and you have to, keep it for your entire life. It's not about that. We are constantly changing, our motivations are changing. I mean, change is the only constant in the world. So intentions also change, but you have to be clear about where you want to go and create that intention, and you will see the opportunities then manifest. I don't want to sound too preachy, but it can also save you from a lot of heartbreaks, a lot of U-turns and everything. So yeah, that is that. But live your life to the fullest, and it helps us to have that bit of sense of direction, so that you are a little bit more grounded on your path, and you're intentionally creating where you're going, and you're not letting the path take you wherever it wants to take you. So that is the difference ultimately. That is it, everyone. That is it for today's video on intentionality. I hope you liked it. And something aside that I also wanted to tell my YouTube fam is that I have also now set an intention. Okay. So for that purpose, I am going to take a small hiatus from YouTube and, online generally. I'm not going to go completely analog. I don't believe that at all. Not in this day and age. But mostly, I will be now posting, long form videos. I think I align more with long form videos these days. Well, so that is it. I'll be going on a small hiatus. So I'll try to post videos as much as I can. But well, it is a hiatus, so I want to, concentrate on the intention that I've set for myself. So, yes, that is it, everyone. I hope to see you all when I finally am fully 100% here, maybe after a while. And I hope to see you all here when I finally come back. My subscribers, I love you guys. not just my subscribers, and even people who, see my videos. It really means a lot to me. Anyways, so you know what to do. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to Lady Cocobos. Please do tell me in the comments if you liked the video, and if this gave you something new for your life, that is meaningful for your life, or it gave you some idea to figure out a problem that maybe you had going on in your life. So, well, I hope it created some meaning for you, and if it did, I'd be really happy. So, yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. I'm not going to blabber too much. I mean, I don't want to blabber too much. Anyways, I love you all. Thank you so much. And keep going, keep having fun. And I'll come back really soon. Bye bye.